Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also give away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase. And yes, you can in fact mount it to a standard AR-15 Picatinny rail, as all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com to learn more. Lastly, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have, Home Depot, their Q3 results are in and they're mixed, but we'll take a little bit deep dive here. Now, going to the OG search engine, thanks to Yahoo Finance, which somehow is still around. Actually, we'll jump into their stock performance quickly first, which, again, not financial advice. It's always, hindsight's 2020. 5-year trend, pretty darn impressive, up 69.87%. Granted, by the time this video is rendered and uploaded, it'll change the price because that's what the stock market does, but currently trading for $403.27 per share. Zoom in a little bit. Past year, it's up 41%, pretty darn good. Year to date, it's up 18. Past month, not the best, down about 1%. And past week, down around, up about 2.88%. And looks like the market cap is, not available, but let's see here. Yeah, 52-week low is $287. So, yep, hindsight is always 2020 when it comes to investing now. Thanks to the OG search engine, Yahoo Finance. Specifically, this writer over there is Ankash Bashki, who's a writer over there, credited them for this. It says, quote, Home Depot Q3 earnings, revenue, and earnings per share beat lifts full-year forecast despite customer traffic dip, which is pretty interesting. That's one of the biggest metrics when it comes to physical retail, brick and mortar, is how many people are going to the store and how long do they stay there, and then obviously, what's the purchase per person. And I say, quote, Home Depot stock is trading higher after home improvement retailer beat its third quarter earnings estimates and lifted its full 2024 outlook, which, it makes sense. Usually Q4, fiscal Q4 is the best time of year for most companies. There's a reason, they call Back in Black. Well, not just the great song by AC/DC, but it's also a fiscal term in terms of the accountants back in the day when you actually had physical ledgers, where, you actually use red ink and black ink. Black Friday is Black Friday because you're supposed to actually make a profit during that day, where most companies would be maybe negative throughout the year where they're actually losing money. Now, they say, quote, Home Depot reported third quarter sales grew 6.6% year over year to, geez Louise, $40.217 billion, beating the consensus estimates of $39.173 billion. Customer transactions for the quarter fell slightly 0.2%. Comparable sales decreased 1.3%, and comparable sales in the U.S. dropped 1.2%. Gross profit rose 5.4% year over year to $13.425 billion. Well, before the government steals it, taxes it. With a margin of 33.4%, down 40 BPS year over year. The operating margin was 13.3%, down 86 BPS year over year, and operating income for the quarter dropped 0.22% to $5.418 billion. The adjusted operating margin slipped 13.8%, ouch, to 14.05 year over year. Operation expenses increased 9.2% year over year to $8.01 billion, which, geez Louise, that's a pretty big uptick. Adjusting earnings per share was $3.78 per share, which is down 1.8% year over year, but being consensus of $3.64 per share. The average ticket in the third quarter was $88.65, which, that's pretty good. The average ticket being, if you go to Home Depot, that's going to be the average transaction for if you go there and actually shop for something, which, as someone who's gone to Home Depot many times, I think I went there probably between 20 or 30 times when I'm making these podcast tables, which, fun experience, and granted, America with American components will last darn near forever. But yeah, there's always that extra supply where oh shoot, need to go get some of that extra tape from Home Depot or extra screws and yada yada. Now, they say that, that's 88.65 or $88.65 per share or per sale is a 0.8% decrease. And they know that the sales per square retail foot declined 2.1% to $582.97 per share. As of October 27th, the company held $1.531 billion in cash and equivalents, generating operating cash flow of $15.139 billion for 9 months, compared to $16.439 billion a year ago, which, it makes sense. It's been a pretty rough year for most companies, big and small. Now, thankfully, both because of regulation and perception, I suspect next year will be a lot better for most companies because traditionally, when you get a Republican in the White House, usually there's less regulation, a little more tax incentives for businesses. So, and usually customer sentiment or consumer sentiment does increase. So, again, not financial advice, but I think things are going to pick up even more next year. Now, they noted for the 2024 outlook, they actually raised it. So the Home Depot raised its sales guidance from $156.49 billion to $158.01 billion to $158.7 billion versus $158.78 billion versus the $157.33 billion consensus. It expects comparable sales to decline approximately 2.5%, and they now expect adjusted earnings per share of $15.10 per share. So it'll be interesting to see how they do Q4. Granted, most companies do pick up Q4. Sales are going to be booming. Hopefully everyone's sales are for Q4. And let me know. It'll be interesting. I know obviously they have one of the best places to go buy tools and hard duty appliances in terms of, there are some people who outfit or retrofit their kitchens, do their restorations there. That being said, do you think it's going to pick up Q4 like traditionally most companies do, or do you think people are still going to pull back a little bit? Let me know in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.